Greetings and salutations, my artsy friends. Hi, Chris. How are you? You look like you are brand new here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If you are brand new, if you would follow and like Ann Corbiere-Scott Designs. Ooh, from Michigan. Yay. Where in Michigan are you? So Chris, if you haven't already, if you would follow and like Ann Corbiere-Scott Designs on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, I would greatly appreciate it. And then if you would ask to join our Let's Get Artsy with Ann Corbiere-Scott private Facebook group, it's the greatest. It's just the greatest artsy community you can imagine. Oops. I just made the comments go away. There we go. So, Marshall, yay! So you're right by Audrey. And ironically, we are going to play with the Audrey art printable today. So I want to show people some things that they can do with it. And I'll have even more ideas next Tuesday with this same art printable. So let's see. Hey, Sue, how are you? And Jan. Oh, Jan, I can hardly wait to meet ya. That's for sure. Everybody, make sure you have your cold drink. And I hope you're ready to, get artsy today. I have a couple things. So I want to remind everybody about the calendar changes, that things are going to be a little bit different in June. I will be on vacation. Remember, hi Patty Weeks. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I will be on vacation, remember, from June 10th through the, oops, here we go, found my calendar. June 10th through I'll be back on the 21st. So I just want everybody to kind of be aware that things will be a little bit different during that time. So we have brand new art on Tuesday, and that was the Audrey art printable. Then we have new art again on the 8th. And oh my gosh, you're gonna love it because it's super interactive also. And then remember that I will be on vacation. I'll be on a road trip with my sister. I can hardly wait, from the 10th all the way to the 21st. And then we'll have brand new art again on the 22nd. Be sure to tune in to K & Crafts. So make sure you follow them so that you know that you're there before I do, because I'm doing a little mini demo class there with alcohol inks and jelly plates. So you'll want to tune in for that because it'll be super fun and very artsy, and we'll, and then I'll try to give you a little tour of Kay's store because it's about the most fabulous store you've ever seen. It has a giant wall from the back of the store to the front of the store. She better not have changed it since I was there last. But from the back of the store to the front of the store, solid stencils. It's the most fabulous thing. Anyway, so I will be there on the 13th, and then on the 14th, I'm teaching a lettering class at Winneconne Crafts in Winneconne, Wisconsin, or Winneconne. Is it Connie or Coney, Jan? Connie like the girl's name, or Coney like ice cream cone? Anyway, and then I will also be doing a little tour of her store on the 14th. And then I will be at my parents' house, and so I don't know exactly. Connie, okay. Thank you. Then I will be at my parents' house, and so I will pop in at some point. I just don't know exactly when, but I'll try to give you a little warning. But I do have some kind of fun artsy challenges planned, so that I will put probably in the Corbiere-Scott Designs Facebook group and on Instagram. And I'll also be posting, you know, creative inspiration for everybody, as we always do. Let's see, Whimsical Lettering and Let's Get Artsy with Our Bibles will both be held on the 26th. So Let's Get Artsy with Our Bibles will be first, and then right after that will be Whimsical Lettering. So 9 to 11 Arizona time, and then noon to 2 Arizona time. And then on Sunday, the 27th, we will have Inspire Your Heart with Art, and it's going to be jelly printing. So even more jelly printing. It's going to be fabulous. I can hardly wait. So be sure to, I posted this in the, I will post this every week in our newsletter so you keep having a reference. I just think that people need to be reminded a bunch of times because I need to be reminded a bunch of times for everything. So, and I'm never insulted if somebody reminds me of something because, you know, it's just kind of a, you know. Anyway, so let's get started. So remember, I introduced this on Tuesday, but we didn't really play with it. So we're going to play with it today. This is the Audrey Art Printable. And what I was feeling was that I wanted to create something that you could create in addition to my other art printables, or you could hand letter on it. You could use it by itself. I have all kinds of fun ideas. Oh, I forgot one thing, mail call. I got this beauty from my Aunt Mer. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Look at, she made this painty inside. So cute. Thank you, Aunt Mer. I really appreciate that. I love getting artsy mail, just like I love sending artsy mail. So let's get started. So here is the elements that, the artsy elements that are on the Audrey art printable. So I did a couple of banners, and and I made them so that some of our sentiments from other art printables will fit in them. I have a kind of a creative way to share one of them today. And then I have a tag, kind of a wreath, and then a heart. And so let's start playing. So here is one that I had kind of started talking about on, what day was that? Tuesday, duh. So this is, remember we did the background with, we did the Timmy art printable, and then we did the, background with Color Burst, and then I foiled it. Remember we did the background, and then I printed, we did an entire sheet of Color Burst background, and then I ran it through my laser printer once it was all the way dry, and then I foiled it, and now, and then I mounted it on one of my Gina Marie, no, this was the honeybee little mini scallop frame. So now I'm feeling like I really want to, I come ahead with this idea that I'm going to use this banner, almost done, super easy to fussy cut. And I kind of love fussy cutting because I find it quite therapeutic. And this is easy to fussy cut, no major. Okay, so I'm going to, I think I want to mount this right in the center. And then I'm going to put Happy Birthday right in the middle of that. So I'm going to trim this so it fits kind of right in the center. And I was thinking that there we go, that I could pop that. I thought that might look kind of cool. Or I could pop the whole banner. That might be kind of cool too. Let's see. So I have my foam tape as always. Okay. Oh, I was going to say, so Jan, you know that class is a virtual class, just so you know. So maybe since we want to meet, you could watch it on the replay and we could meet at Margaret's store, like right after I teach, which is, I teach from 8:30 to about 10:30. So then if you, let me know if you feel like that works out. Or if we need to make some other kind of arrangements. I just want to make sure that you knew that it was a virtual class, and to, I really want to meet you in true life while I'm in Wisconsin, Winneconne. Okay, so I'm going to layer this right in the center. That's kind of just what I'm feeling today. And then happy birthday. I feel like I want to pop that, but does that look too stark, do you think? I'm kind of feeling like maybe it needs a little help. And I just so happen to have some of remember we made paint with our color burst the other day? So I'm going to enhance this banner. I'm feeling like maybe if I just paint the outside. So let's take, like if I just paint this little border. And do a little bit of orange too. Hey Renee, I'm sorry you're having to run to Snake. That's gross. But I get it. That kind of stuff happens all the time. So I'm just kind of doing some, a little bit of, almost kind of tie-dye-ish. I'm just kind of trying to replicate the background by filling in just the border of this banner. Wipe off my brush, get a little yellow. I'm really liking this. I feel like it's really, you know when it kind of all works out like it feels in your head? That's what it's feeling like right now. Pull some of that. Do some here. And do you see how just this little bit of detail is going to really pull it all together? And the banner is just going to make our sentiment pop. And that's what I kind of had in mind when I was creating the elements on the Audrey art printable, that we can, oops, let's words that out. Because who knows what we're going to do next. So let's dry that, and then we can pop the happy birthday right in the center. And then we have this really cool, unusual card, right? So let's take some of our foam tape. I think I need to trim it a little bit. Oh my gosh, I have so many cool ideas that I know we'll never be able to finish. We'll never be able to use them all in this class, but in today's class. But There's always Tuesday. All right. So now I just put some foam tape on there on the sentiment. And the sentiment, I want to make sure that it is kind of prominent, you know? So let's pop that. And the thing that, remember I told you, I love it. I love it. Like, I don't know that it needs anything else, but I could bring in my high supply doodads and see what I can, so I have these pinks, and I have the, you know, oh, that's not a good idea. The clear saucers, those are kind of pretty because it's already quite sparkly. I think I'm gonna stick with that. What do you think? Like, I like that it just kind of spilled on there. Now I'm like, oh. So let's tap those off, but then let's kind of think about how we want to put those on. I think just randomly. You know, I'm a random kind of girl. Now it's going to be really sparkly. I know. That's so funny. That's so funny, Renee. I was thinking kind of the same thing. I loved that. So I'm kind of trying to replicate that. Let's see. There's so much going on this, but I feel like it all really works together, and it's so like really think about your composition, you know, as you're creating cards. Because remember, this background is so painterly, but they all turned they all work so well together. Oh, you're welcome, Sue, by the way. Sorry, I did see your comment earlier. You know I love sending happy mail. That's for sure. It makes me so happy to send happy things in the mail. Because isn't that better than your Visa bill? To get a nice handmade card. All right, let's see. Kind of digging it. What do you think? Should I do the whole thing, or should I just have it like kind of spill and then kind of gradually fade out? I'm kind of digging that. Let me know your thoughts. Now I will move that. because we have other cards to get to. I hope that you see the merit of this art printable. I know it's very different than what I usually create, but I wanted some builders because I like hey Marcy, how are you? I know, I'm kind of digging it, just the way they spilled out. And talk about a happy accident, right? That was not planned at all, for sure. Okay, so let's put those aside. Still have some out. And put this card aside. And then I'll show you some other things I kind of have in the works. Okay, so we're digging back. And I have the ball of yarn from the Joyce Ann art printable. And I did a piece of embossed black cardstock as my base because it's knitted with this knit design. Do you see it? Stockinette stitch. So I'm going to adhere that. And then I'm feeling like I want to do some more layers, and so I kind of already thought this one through. But you know, all things could change. You never know. So I'm going to put some score tape, and I just happen to have this little weird skinny one. That's the one that was near this morning. And I will take pictures of all of these and post them on social media if you want to use them as a reference. Oops. Brrr. There we go. Okay. So we're going to center this. And I kind of like that it has kind of a rough edge. And then I have this ball of yarn. And so and I also have this banner, the kind of the curved banner. And so what I thought was, if I did the hello from the Debbie art printable. So we have the Joyce Ann art printable and the Debbie art printable and the Audrey art printable, all working in conjunction with one another. So I really want this fun curly cue of yarn to kind of be prominent. So I think I'm going to pop the yarn. So here we go. Oh, I have this piece. I think that one. Oh no, I have these little weird pieces that that are stuck on the side, like pieces that I'd cut off. You know I can't waste anything. So now let's cut some more. And then we're going to kind of piece them around. So, how has everybody been? Has anything exciting happened in the last couple days? Let's see. My dahlia, I have some zinnias that are almost ready to bloom. Like the little bud is, I can see what color they're going to be. I'm so excited, you guys. They're so pretty. Because I'm super excited. I planted a whole bunch of them, and I'll tell you why. Because I bought this flower food fertilizer, and I think when I was putting it on my plants, I should have been putting it in the dirt and not just pouring it over the top, because I think I burnt a bunch of my zinnias. Boo-hoo. So I'm trying really hard to salvage the ones that I can. Big fat lesson learned. And my Gerber daisy, so it was, remember it was, I have a couple of different daisies out there, but I told you, it's, those flowers are so cool because they will bloom in different colors. Every time I have grown them, so if it blooms in yellow, then it might, the next time might be another yellow, and then all of a sudden it's peach or it's pink. I'm telling you, it's the coolest thing. I just love it. So I'm after class today. Hey Kelly, how are you? So now I'm going to adhere this ball of yarn from the Joyce Ann art printable right in the center. And then I'm feeling like the banner should be right about there, and then the hello right there. What do you think? I feel like that is, you know, when you like think something and it looks exactly how you think it? That's the greatest feeling, isn't it? So, Kelly, welcome, welcome, welcome. We gather here every Tuesday and Thursday, and we just get artsy with my art printables, which are available on my website, and Corbiere-Scott-Designs.com. So if you would follow and like Anne Corbiere-Scott Designs on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, I would greatly appreciate it. And then ask to join our private Facebook group, Let's Get Artsy with Anne Corbiere-Scott. That is, I'm telling you, it is the greatest creative community. Everyone is so kind and so encouraging, and I'm telling you, you'll be so happy you're there. You'll be so happy you're there. Everybody shares what they've created with my art printables, and the creativity will knock you out. The people are just so talented, and I just love that we have our own sense of community there. Okay, so now I just adhered, hey Angela, how are you? I just adhered some score tape right on the center, if you can see, of the banner, because the other pieces are going to hang over the edge of the ball of yarn. So I am feeling like I'm just going to adhere it there, and then if need be, I can put a little bit of foam tape under the sides. Do you know what I mean? So, and welcome Angela. And like I said, if you would like and follow Anne Corbiere-Scott Designs on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, I would greatly appreciate it. And then ask to join our private Facebook group, Let's Get Artsy with Anne Corbiere-Scott. Okay, so now I'm feeling like I want to pop this center a little bit, and then put the hello right there. So this one, remember, this is a long time ago, many years ago, not years ago, months ago, when we did the Joyce Ann art printable. I painted this. I remembered that I painted it with Wild Honey Distress Ink. So I just this morning grabbed the hello from the Debbie art printable, and that she was one of my first. And I just did the squish, and then I painted just the border there. I think I want to leave the ribbon white because I really want that to stand out from the ball of yarn. So I'm still hemming and hawing about that. I think I am going to do a little bit of foam tape under the tails of that ribbon. I feel like that it just needs a little bit of stability under there. There we go. A little piece is showing. Sorry, I have a fly in my house this morning. It is not welcome. I'm just going to tell you. Okay, there's that. Then let's do the same thing on this side. scale that up. Yeah, I just feel like I needed some contrast, Keels. So I kind of want to keep it white, I think. So now I'm going to use one of these. So this was my big idea. These little clay hearts, I'm telling you, the black and white clay hearts and the colored clay hearts are some of my favorite from... Oh my gosh, and flies are just the worst, aren't they? Okay, so I'm feeling like I want to do one black heart on this little clay heart on this card front. There we go. I feel like that's enough. What do you think? Okay, everybody take a drink. Okay, so now the next card that I have, the combo cards, is one that we just were working on not very long ago. I think I might have written down. So this was also on the Color Burst Day, and this was on the Charmaine art printable, right? And so that was May 25th. If you want to go back and rewatch that pop-in paint party. And then this morning I painted the scallopy heart from this art printable here, and I used two colors of the orange Color Burst. I used marigold and orange and I kind of just mixed them up and just kind of did a real painterly heart. So now we're gonna fussy cut that, but I don't cut right up to the edge, to the lines. I like to use that, leave that little bit of a white edge. It's just like this, for me, I feel like it's just this little little tiny bit of contrast. I love like just doing those, creating some of those, just those little artsy bits, you know, that, and that just comes from lots of trial and error, cutting some right up next to it, cutting some with a little bit of white. And I wanted the heart, when I was dreaming up this cluster, I wanted the heart to be just a little bit, what do I want to say? Just a little bit more subdued, because the piece of art that I want to use on top of it is quite, there's kind of a lot going on. And I just wanted this to be a supporting actor. Remember, we've talked about the star of the show and the supporting actors. So I wanted the flowers to be the star of the show and the heart to be a supporting actor. And for this one, I used another Gina Marie die, and it is, it's the loopy rectangles, I think is what it's called, the A2 size. I just like that all of those little elements, it doesn't have to look too busy to combine many elements. And I think that's what I was kind of feeling like with the Audrey art printable. Is that we just needed like something to build upon, right? Something to support our flowers or whatever the other artwork is. There we go. Almost done. There. So that is the supporting actor, and now let's fussy cut this. And again, I'm going to just kind of leave a little bit of white, and so my fussy cutting isn't precise. It's I'm still leaving a little bit of that white border, and if you'll notice, when I fussy cut, I move the paper, not the scissors, and when I do that, I kind of get a better, stupid fly, I get a nicer cut. So you might think about that. And this one, remember, this one was where we did all kinds of artsy layering techniques. Oh, I'm gonna sneeze. Oh, sorry. Oh, gosh, sorry about that, you guys. So I really wanted all of that to really showcase. I really wanted all of that work that we used when we did this art. I wanted all of that artsy technique to really be the star of the show, but you know, usually the star of the show needs a little support, and so that's kind of where I was kind of going when I was thinking up that the heart would be kind of a cool additional element on this card. So start to think about how you could use Audrey with any of my other art printables. Especially all of the individual pieces of art, right? So I'm feeling like this card opens, I think it opens this way. So we need to adhere this here. So let's work on that. So what's new and happening in Wisconsin today, Miss Jan? What's going on in your neck of the woods? Here it is hot as Hades. Lots of pool time. I have returned to my let's see. Maybe now I'm feeling like maybe I want my I just happen to have my palette here from the other day. She kind of has a little bit of everything. I know that she has open stock Tombos, and so that's kind of where I'm what I'm kind of thinking about. So I've started to make my list. She also has, she's a little store, so she has, hey Sarah, she has, I will just say she utilizes her little bit of space really well. Okay, so I feel like it's too same, so I want to, I don't know, I want to do a little, presto changeo. So it seems like, let's take some of this orange. Didn't we, I'm trying to think, did we make an orange? What did we do? This looks too, Yeah, that's kind of going way more the way I want it. Oh, I'm so glad, Keels. That makes a huge difference, doesn't it? I feel like I just needed to knock this down a little bit, and it seems like I used, what was the yellow ochre, I think, if I'm remembering correctly. Oh, burnt orange. I think that was one of the ones that we used. Let's see. Let's get some yellow ochre. Just have to find it in this hole. There we go. So I'm going to do a little bit of yellow ochre and a little bit of burnt orange. So let's just tap out some burnt orange, and then add some water so we can make some paint. There we go. So let's knock that down a little bit with some of the yellow ochre. That's kind of getting more kind of where I was feeling like we needed to go. It was feeling too bright, and I wanted it to enhance this piece of artwork, right? So let's work with the yellow ochre like that. And then now let's come in with some of this burnt orange and see, there we go. That's going in the right direction. I'm just doing kind of my outline because I want that center to be a little bit, I don't know what's going to show and what's not. So I'm just painting it all the way I kind of want it to be seen. Oh, I'm so glad it's feeling summery where you are. You really like humidity, Jan? Holy tamale, my hair. I read something, I follow these other curly girls, you know, on social media, and one girl said something, it was worded so cute. Like, it was like, just check my hair. That's the barometer of what the weather's gonna be. And it's, swear, it's a stinking truth. You have curly hair too, though, don't you, Jan? Okay, so let's flatten that out. See how we're looking. Oh, I'm kind of digging that. But I feel like, well, I rock the pony kind of a lot. Especially in the summer, especially in Michigan. And Wisconsin and Minnesota. I will be rocking the pony the entire time. So I want to just break it up a little bit. So I just did the water thing. So pretty! Right? Now it's kind of feeling more kind of how I envisioned it. So now, but I wanted to make sure that I mounted it on a black background because I really wanted the line work to pop, right? So I'm feeling like I'm gonna lay this one flat on the page. Look how pretty that is just by itself. Do you see what are you starting to see my vision? Like it could be used by itself, or it could be used in conjunction with other art printables. I'm loving it so much. Let's use some score tape and adhere this heart flat, and then maybe we'll pop the flowers from the Charmaine art printable. I just love that they all play well together. All these pieces of art that I drew are working well together. They're playing well together. It's every mother's dream. Okay. So don't forget, next Tuesday will be even more new art. And, all right. There we go. I'm really liking that. And now this, I feel like I want to pop. So I'm going to break these fibers up a little bit. And then start to pop it with the foam tape, which I think is just the greatest invention, because it just like is like automatic dimension, you know. Okay, there. I feel like I should have one more little piece right there. Because I don't want it to you know how sometimes when you pop things, if you just pop around the edges, then you have the sunken piece in the center. I don't want that. So there we go. So now I'm feeling like, do I want it up a little higher? Do I like that? Do I like that? Do I want it this way? There. And now we can do a sentiment down here. I'm kind of digging it. I'm kind of digging it. Let's see. What do I have sentiment-wise around here? I'm sure I have something. If not, I can just grab my little, remember I have my little berry basket full of sentiments. How about just because? Nope, that's pink. I adore you. There we go. So this one, we can just trim with our scissor. And it can just kind of come from the side. And I think I want it to be white. Don't you think? Like I feel like it needs to kind of stand on its own 2 feet, you know. I'm just feeling like that. I'm kind of digging that. So let's adhere that with some score tape, and then I wanted to show you one more thing. Do we have time? One more thing. Yep, we do have time. That I kind of was thinking of. And I kind of want to, I think I want to tuck that under so that it really looks a part of it all, you know? Oh, I love that. And then it opens this way. Oh, I'm loving that. Loving that. Okay, so the last thing I want to share with you is this art printable. And this one, I'm going to have to poke all of those out before I adhere it down. And this is, remember, this is the one we just did on Tuesday when we were talking about tombos. We were playing with tombos. And here is the circular piece of art from the Audrey art printable, kind of like a little wreath, right here. So I was thinking I want to fussy cut this, but then I want to kind of write. I thought I might show you how you can do some pretty hand lettering in the center. You know, I teach hand lettering once a month. Like I said, do you remember I was just talking about how it's going to be at the end of the month. Just a second, I need to grab my pencil. At the end of the month, on the 26th, I believe, in the afternoon. So I'm thinking about sending this to, say, I don't know. You know what we could do? How about if we did hello you? So we're going to get a little hand lettering lesson this morning. So I look at my shape, right? And I look at what the elements that I have kind of already there. So I feel like I want everything to be left justified because my cluster of flowers, this kind of ring of flowers, is to the left. So I'm going to do, so when we're hand lettering, we think about what the star of the show is and how we can make those work together. We write out the words that we want to that we want to letter, right? So we could do in, let's think about, let's do hello in my whimsical font. So there we go, H, E, L, L, O. And then let's do U, and let's utilize, look at, we have this great big amount of space down here. So let's do Y, O. You see we have that natural opening right there, U, right? And so because we're doing, let's do the typewriter font down here. So let's do our little feet that we're going to add there. Okay, and now we can come in with our black pen. And go over our pencil. Remember, your pencil is just a guide, so you don't have to follow it perfectly. You can if you are so inclined, but it's not necessary. And let's do U, Y, O, U. There we go. And now, let's see, I think I have a thicker, let's see, eraser pencil lines. So you could write whatever you wanted in here. You could write somebody's name, you could personalize your card, you could do whatever. Okay, so I found, you're going to learn it. You're going to learn it on the 14th, Jan, and you're going to be lettering like a fool. Okay, so I found that Micron makes a 10 and a 12. So normally I use like a 005, a 01, but Micron has started to make great big ones, and so they're perfect for thickening our downstrokes. So I just want to, let's see, maybe I'll just go over my letters with the 10. That might be kind of cool. I'm telling you, Keels, I'm loving them. What a changer, you know? They're totally a game changer. So I'm just going over my lines with the thicker micron, and I kind of like it just like that. I don't want to do anything else to it. So now my thought is that I want to, I'm going to fussy cut this, but I really want, have you seen those, cards that some girls have been doing where, and I think we did one, now I don't remember which printable we used, but we did one where we, oh, I do remember now, where we colored part of it. Remember we did selective coloring? So that's, I'm kind of doing a version of that, is what I'm kind of thinking. So I'm, whoops. And again, I'm just doing that rough fussy cut, I'm just kind of, like if there's a big dip, like right here in between these petals, I might do like a little dip to kind of just give it some cool little visual interest. And like around that little dot right there. Timmy is perfect for selective coloring. And, you know, since it's my art, my flowers can look the same. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. I want to have this on here, but so I don't know if I want the flowers to remain white or the center. I feel like if I have the flowers remain white and I just paint the center right here, pink or purple or whatever color. I'm gonna get my, remember my very fancy palette for my Tombos the other day. I'm gonna come in with that purple and a little bit darker. Seems like I had one that was much more, there we go, that's the one I wanted. Okay, so let's come in with our water brush. I'm gonna add some water to the light one, add some water to the dark one. So let's paint. This is why we use waterproof pens. So I can add watercolor paint right on top of what I just lettered, and it's not gonna move. So I'm just gonna fill in this space with the lightest purple, right? Right from my Tombow. So for this card, we're using the Timmy art printable and the brand new Audrey art printable. And you'll see the versatility of this art printable, that you can use it in all the different ways that we've used it today, right? So now let's come back in. Let's pull some of this blue purple and let's mix it with the lighter purple, and let's come in and start to build a little bit of shadow along the edge. I'm hoping that this looks as cute as it does in my mind, right? So let's, and just kind of jiggy jiggy, do a jiggy jiggy blend, right? And now let's come in with the deepest shade, and And we're just going to do that jiggy-jaggy blend right around the edges. Turn. There we go. Okay. Now let's just soften those edges just a little bit. So now I'm going to just dry it a minute. Oh my goodness, my desk is a hot mess. I've had like 75 different things going this morning. Okay, so let's move that aside. Oops. Let's move that aside. And then let's take this. You can move it around. What do you think? Kind of digging that. And then eventually I will mount it on here with that lacy edge. I think that will just like really make it pop. Or maybe I paint these in conjunction with the same colors. Let me know what you think. I'm dying to know what everybody thinks. I'm having so much fun creating with this brand new art printable because it's so different. And so look for more ideas using this in next Tuesday's class in conjunction with the other brand new art printable that comes out on next Tuesday's class. So, and in conjunction with all my other art printables. I kind of like the contrast too. I'm kind of feeling like I like the contrast too. So anyway, I wanted to showcase the versatility of this art printable, that it can be used all on its own, that it can be used in conjunction with other printables, that it can be used as a builder, as a layer builder, that you can hand letter on it, so many things. So let's go back and look at what we created today. We created this happy birthday where we picked one of the banners from the Audrey, and we picked the happy birthday from one of my other art printables, and we laid it down on we adhered it to the Timmy art printable that we had just done in class the other day. And then we finished it off with a bunch of High Supply clear saucers. This one we took the hello from the Debbie art printable. We combined it with the banner from the Audrey art printable and the ball of yarn from the Joyce Ann art printable with a knit embossed piece of cardstock behind it. I'm loving that one. And then finally this one where we combined the Charmaine art printable with the heart from the Audrey art printable and I Adore You from an art printable. I think this might be from Aunt D. Anyway, just think of the possibilities. Like you can combine, you can mix and match and combine and layer and layer and layer for all kinds of artsy goodness. I'm so grateful to all of you for taking some time out of your busy days to make art with me and to just hang for one artsy hour. I so appreciate it. Thank you so much. And I will see you all on Tuesday. But be sure and watch that social media. You just never know when I might pop up. I adore you all. Remember that the calendar for June is a little bit different. And I will see you Tuesday. Bye, everyone.